What's going on? It's Sheev, the Wise. How's everybody doing this Wednesday? I'm excited to get into the stream tonight. You know, we've had a lot of Star Wars news lately, to be honest. There's low periods, but even the news we've been getting, it has been smaller at times, but it's really building the hype for me. I don't know about you guys. I'm excited to see this. We got some news about a Sabine casting being, kind of going on right now. And everybody was speculating a while ago that Sabine was casted already. When we found out that Barriss Offee was actually supposedly casted for the Ahsoka show as well. And now this kind of makes me think maybe we'll get Barriss Offee along with Sabine in this show. And I was thinking that a while ago as it was. So let's dive into it. We got a report to get through. Let's head into the lair. What's up, guys? It's Sheev. So, like I said, we got some awesome news about Lucasfilm looking to cast for Sabine Wren. And this just confirms to me that Sabine and Ahsoka are still searching for Thrawn and Ezra. We had that scene in season 2 of The Mandalorian where Ahsoka was looking for Grand Admiral Thrawn when she was, fighting the Magistrate. And now we know for certain almost that Sabine and Ahsoka still have not found Ezra. So, now Lucasfilm is trying to find an actress to play Sabine. And Collider and many other people have done reports on this today, but we're going to go ahead and skim through the Collider report and then talk about some fan castings that I've seen on Twitter. So it says Ahsoka might bring a fan favorite Mandalorian warrior to live action, as Disney is reportedly looking for an actress to play Sabine Wren in the upcoming series. The young Mandalorian Sabine was introduced in Star Wars Rebels, where she played a key part in the team for the Rebel team of the Ghost Starship. Goes on to say, while reporting for Marvel What If premiere on Disney Plus, The Hollywood Reporter mentioned that sources connected to Lucasfilm, the studio was looking for an actress to play Sabine opposite to Rosario Dawson's titular character. Dawson showed up as Ahsoka during the second season of The Mandalorian, marking the first live-action version of the Clone Wars Young Jedi. So, the casting of Sabine would fit Star Wars' new creative direction, in which the lines between animation and live action are generally blurred in favor of a cohesive shared universe. And absolutely they are. Like I said, this news to me is a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Also, not that much of a surprise. We kind of been thinking that Sabine could have even showed up in season 2 of The Mandalorian. I think it's possible. Maybe we'll see her in the Book of Boba or The Mandalorian season 3. And of course, we are going to get her in the Ahsoka show as well. It says at the end of the article here, after the success of The Mandalorian, Disney announced plans to produce several new Star Wars series, including Ahsoka. While most of these shows lack a release date and further plot details, the next few years will surely be exciting for Star Wars fans. At the end of 2021, The Mandalorian's first spin-off, The Book of Boba Fett, will bring back Tamara Morrison as the beloved bounty hunter, followed by Ming-Na Wen's deadly assassin, Fennec Shand. A third season of The Mandalorian was also confirmed by Disney with no release window attached to it. After The Book of Boba Fett, 2022 will see a premiere of Rogue One's prequel Andor, the Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan show, and of course, The Mandalorian Season 3. So, we don't have release dates for these, and we don't really have an actress or many actresses confirmed for them, who they're looking at. But there's been a ton of rumors online of fan casts and people that fans would like to see playing the role of Sabine Wren. And honestly, I think it'd be fun to hop onto it. I'm not that great at fan casting, but I love the stuff I saw on Twitter. And if you guys haven't seen already, we do have a poll up with 4 of the actresses that will be, that fans are talking about potentially playing Sabine. My personal favorite is Tia Sircar. Now, Tia Sircar did play Sabine already. She is the voice of her in Star Wars Rebels. I think if they brought her into live action, she would definitely fit as a live action Sabine, in my opinion, just as Katie Sackhoff kind of fit as Bo-Katan. Now, obviously, they look maybe a tiny bit different, but I think Tia Sircar could definitely play her, and to me, it makes the most sense to have the live-action version of Sabine as the voice of Sabine as well. Now, they didn't do this for Rosario Dawson, who was a fan cast, so let's get into these other 3 fan casted potential actresses as well. Now, the next one that I saw that I actually really liked, and I don't see any votes for yet, is Palm Clementif. Now, I had never heard of Palm Clementif, but our good friends over at that hashtag show, one of them tweeted that she should play her, and I'll try and pull up an image of her for you guys. I believe she okay, that's awesome. Palm Clementif is the girl that played Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and, you know, Endgame and Infinity War and all that. I think she was in Endgame, right? I know she was in Infinity War. But Palm Clementif played Mantis, and looking at her photos now, she would be a great Sabine. I actually really like this fan cast, and that might be my favorite personal choice if we don't get Tia Sircar. I think it would be dope. I'll try and pull up an image of her right now, though. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if it wants to work today. Yeah, I gotta figure this out, because it like never wants to let me do this anymore. Hold on. Let's see if it will work. I doubt it. Oh, all right, hold up. Do you see that? Oh, we're gonna scroll up a little bit. All right, there's Palm Clementif right there. I think she would be a good cast for it. I actually like it. What do you guys think? Palm Clementif? Yes, no? Or we can go through other pictures. I think this would be a great cast. Honestly, she could definitely play Sabine. I feel like she has the build to fit in the helmet of Sabine. She has the vibes for it. I do like the Asian and Indian kind of actress cast role for it, as it does fit with Sabine's character. And it also, like, I feel like the Indian kind of goes with Ezra's cast, as obviously I don't know if the guy that was casted, he played Aladdin, and I think for, you know, the guy that was casted for Ezra, but I think it would be cool to have her as an Asian character as well, and it definitely fits the model they have for her in Star Wars Rebels. Now, the next actress that we have here, we'll head back into the layer real quick, is Jamie Chung. Now, Jamie Chung, as well as Palm Clementif, was a fan cast that I've seen a lot of people saying, and she is also a very pretty Asian woman. I'll try and find an image for you guys. And I think she would be an excellent choice as well. I think I like Palm Clementif a little bit more. What was Jamie Chung in? I'm curious. Jamie Chung has been in The Misfits, Sherwood, Big Hero 6. She was a voice actress. All right. I've seen her in some other stuff too. She's pretty dope. Let's try and pull up an image here in a sec. I'll try and find the image everybody's friggin' posting on Twitter. It's a good picture of her, and it would let you guys know what Jamie Chung could potentially look like as Sabine Wren. So let's get this popped up. For those of you guys that voted, I'm sorry, because now you're gonna see these and you're gonna be like, oh, I think I would have rather chosen her. Here's Jamie Chung. I actually like this one a lot as well. There's honestly, I did not even expect this one, and a lot of these fan casts, like I said, I'm not that good of a fan caster, but a lot of these people have been posting hecka pictures on Twitter, and I'm like, oh yeah, that would fit. You know, Jamie Chung would definitely be a good Sabine as well. I like that. Head back into the layer for the last one. The last one we have is Tati Gabrielle, and wow, Jamie Chung is in the lead after that. Tati Gabrielle also is a big fan cast I've seen going around. Honestly, the two most popular I've seen on Twitter have been Jamie Chung and Tati Gabrielle. And I like both of them as well. I think my favorite is still Palm Clementif and Tia Sircar. Obviously, there's been a lot of people saying Tia Sircar should just play her, and I'm totally with that. I would love the voice of Sabine. I think she does a great job portraying that character. In Sabine's Darksaber arc, the Trials of the Darksaber episode in particular, I thought she did a fantastic job doing the voice of Sabine through those episodes. And Tati Gabrielle would also be a fantastic choice. Let's pull it up. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Alright, hold up. There we go. Here is Tati Gabrielle as well. And she does look a lot like Sabine in that final shot that we have of in Rebels. I think it would be a great cast as well. Who would you guys pick, though? Who would you guys pick? If you haven't already, go ahead and hit one of the people in the comments. If you haven't seen them, might as well rewind and check the other ones out. I am a big fan, I think, of Palm Clementif. You guys have 44% for Jamie Chung right now. I like that a lot. I like that as well. I like all of these casts, and that's why I put them in there. But these are the top that I've seen circulating around on Twitter. So I'd be excited for any one of these 4 actresses to be playing Sabine in live action. Heck, I'm just super excited to be getting Sabine in live action. You know, it really makes me think this will be the Rebels sequel we get. But I've heard, you know, some fans of the show here at Vader's Lair and some fans on like Twitter and everything, a lot of people think that maybe we will be getting a Rebels sequel and the Ahsoka show instead of the Ahsoka show being the Rebels sequel. But I would be happy either way. Obviously, the more Rebels content we get, the happier she will be for sure. But I'm excited for it. You know, you guys are definitely on the Jamie Chung train, and I'm with it. In second place right now, it is Tia Sircar, and Tati Gabrielle is third, with Palm Clementif only having 6% of the votes. And that's okay. That's why Sheev is in the minority here, and that's all right. Let's see what you guys are saying, though. She's so dude, Tati is perfect. I 100% simp for Tati, says Tim. Ashton says, oh god, she's so hot. Yes, her hair fits. Her hair definitely fits. Tati definitely has the most like fitting hair and look. Palm Clementif, I think her build and facial structure to me looks the most like Sabine, and they, you know, could do a bald cap and have her own hair. Plus, she's gonna be probably under the helmet for at least half of her airtime, you know. But I'm excited for that. What else did you guys say? I'll go back. Jamie Chung is fire, says Mark Hamilton. Heck yeah. What's up, guys? Mark Hamilton, Matt's Lego Films, Smalls, Daniel Fisher. Nice to see you as well. I hope all you guys are having a good night. Still got Tati Palm, ain't it? Ooh. Alright. You guys don't like the Palm casting. That's alright. I think Palm doesn't fit at all, says Tim. Gideon's assistant wasn't Sabine. No, Ashton. She was not. Everybody was on that. That's not her. No. Just make it E and E. Actress name. Yeah, dude. I'm not super familiar with a lot of actress names either. Like, that's why I would not be a good fan casting. And I do like that all of these actresses are a little less known or have only had like 1 or 2 big roles. You know, I like that Star Wars often will take lesser known actors or actresses and, you know, give them the outlet to have their own voice and be a bigger star in a way. You know, they often do that with many of their characters. Like Hayden Christensen had not been in a lot of stuff before that. Ewan McGregor was somewhat of a big name, being in movies like Big Fish and different things, but definitely his role as Obi-Wan has propelled him to new heights, and a lot of people know who Ewan McGregor is. And all of these different roles, like, and different characters through Star Wars, I feel like have propelled these actors and actresses up. Even with Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher, I don't think they would have been as recognized if they did not play Luke and Leia. Now, we do have some characters like Harrison Ford as Han Solo or Samuel L. Jackson, who played Mace Windu, that were bigger actors at the time or more well known. And sometimes Star Wars will do that, but I love that they make these main characters, somewhat lesser known actors and actresses. I think it's awesome. I think Mina is going to do a great job, and I think any one of these 4 young ladies would do a fantastic job alongside Mina playing Sabine. And I hope we get somewhat of that love chemistry actually put into this. I feel like they didn't emphasize that enough in Rebels, and I do feel like there's some like tension or just unsaid love between Ezra and Sabine throughout the entire Rebel story, kind of like with Kanan and Hera, where there wasn't a lot of scenes where they were like, it showed their love for each other, and then as Kanan died, they confessed their love. They ended up having a kid. So I love Star Wars, the love part of Star Wars. Like one of my favorite parts of all of Star Wars is Anakin and Padme, and the tragedy of how Anakin becomes Darth Vader, even if a lot of fans think it's like awkward or portrayed weird. Heck, young 20-year-old kids, 19-year-old kids like Anakin is in Attack of the Clones are often awkward, and I thought they portrayed that relationship pretty dang well, actually. So I'm definitely with the ship between Ezra and Sabine. I definitely hope Mina and I guess Jamie Chung, since you guys have her at 42%, I hope they definitely emphasize that chemistry that they have, especially after that season finale where Ezra nodded to her and she knew exactly what Ezra was planning to do, and she helped distract everybody as he did it. So I really love these characters, and I cannot wait to see them in the future. 42 final voting. 42% of you guys voted Jamie Chung, 31% for Tia Sircar, 21% for Tati Gabriel, and a mere 5% for my personal favorite, Palm Clementine. Sad day. That's alright though. I'm excited to see who they end up casting. It might not even be one of these 4 women, and I've seen a lot of other fan casts on Twitter, so I'm excited to see it. I'm excited for the Ahsoka show. It might be my most anticipated show right now, other than the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, so I'm excited for it. I'm just hyped for all the new Star Wars. Speaking of the Ahsoka show, I'm very curious when this show will actually air and come out. If they're still casting, it kind of makes me doubt that we will get it by December of next year. There's been a lot of talks of when is Mandalorian 3 going to drop, because we've heard rumors that the Kenobi show will come out in spring. So it makes me think that we're probably not going to get The Mandalorian Season 3 in spring, but maybe in that winter slot that originally I thought maybe Ahsoka would come out in, and then maybe we get the Ahsoka show in 2023. And that's okay with me. I want them to take their time with this show and make it as perfect as possible. I want Dave Filoni to have the time to work on this. As we know now, Dave will be at least somewhat involved with the second season of The Bad Batch. And obviously Dave is going to be helping out with the Book of Boba. He's going to be helping out with the Obi-Wan show. He's definitely going to be helping out with the Mandalorian Season 3. So Dave Filoni has a lot on his plate right now, and he is the showrunner for the Ahsoka show, of course. So I want him to have the time to make this show as perfect as possible and still help out in those other areas. But what do you guys think on that? Dale Erdman says, I need a pic of Tia and all side by side with Sabine. Yeah, dude, I definitely can maybe do that in the Discord later. If you guys are not part of our Discord, we do have a link in the description below. And at 500 subscribers, we're going to be doing a Funko Pop giveaway where we give away the 5 members of the Bad Batch to 5 lucky fans in our Discord. So if you want a chance to win one of those 5 Funko Pops, go ahead and join the Discord in the link below. Simpics. Tim says Tati would be the best fit with Mina age-wise. I feel that. Palm literally looks like Sabine though. Doesn't she, Ashton? I'm saying. Palm or Tati, says Ashton. I want Palm because she looked like Sabine, but I want Tati because she's hot. Fair enough. What's up, Hawks Holocron? Poll should have had a fifth option, because I don't know who any of them are. Should have just looked them up or just looked at my pictures, dog. I don't know what to tell you. Hot take. Omega is Sabine, says Star Wars News. Star Wars News? You wildin'. You tripping. Give me Wrecker. Well, those of you who are not part of the Discord will have no chance of getting Wrecker. I'll tell you that much. We're going to pin Tim's message of the link of the Discord in the chat. So if you guys don't see it in the description, Tim, I just pinned the Discord link, and go ahead and join it if you are interested in winning one of those Bad Batch Funkos. So, last stream I talked about how there's been a lot of Star Wars news that we missed on our week off, and there was some stuff I did want to get into. There was some Mandalorian Season 3 updates that we actually heard, and it did confirm some of the stuff that I've heard from sources and that have been kind of rumored around, and it does have to do with some Pedro Pascal stuff as well. So we are gonna check out this LRM online article, and we do like LRM a lot. They do a lot of good work. Let's see how this looks real quick. Alright, cool. So, The Mandalorian Season 3 filmed soon, says Esposito. And Giancarlo Esposito plays Moff Gideon, and he also plays a lot of awesome villains in television these days. I like that dude a lot. So it says, The Mandalorian Season 3 filmed soon, says star Giancarlo Esposito. Esposito recently spoke to WRAL and confirmed that the Book of Boba Fett has finished, so Mandalorian Season 3 will be filming soon. You know what's funny about that too? Like, we've been talking about whether or not Mando Season 3 is filming and whether or not they've done any shooting for it, and he said that the Book of Boba Fett just finished, and that's not really true. You know, we've heard months back, at least 1 or 2 months ago, that the Book of Boba Fett had wrapped shooting. I think it's even been longer than that since the Book of Boba Fett wrapped. Maybe they've been doing some reshoots for it, but you know, even it was almost like a month ago that we saw Tamora Morrison's, you know, spa thing where he's talking about being away for 7 months, and we know that he had finished at that point as he was back in New Zealand. So it's been a little while already since that ended, and I think afterwards the Obi-Wan show started filming. So I'm curious if they did some reshoots for it and had Tamura come back, or if other characters were doing reshoots. It's very interesting to me that he says that it just finished shooting when I'm pretty sure it finished shooting probably 2 or 3 months ago. They emphasize it right here too. It says they just finished shooting Boba Fett and soon they will start on Season 3. So the next part says, recently there has been debate amongst the insider and fan community about whether The Mandalorian Season 3 filming has begun or not. See what I mean? LRM has always been pretty clear that some filming on Mando Season 3 has taken place, as Sheev's been saying for months. Whether it was tail end of the Book of Boba Fett, we don't know. However, our sources told us that there's definitely already been some time in the volume for Mando Season 3. Fans have also pointed to the fact that star Pedro Pascal is currently away filming Last of Us. However, Esposito himself pointed out that they don't really need Pascal on set for much of the filming of this show. Now, if you guys remember my stream a while back about the Pedro Pascal drama that happened about almost a year and a half ago now, we had talked about how Season 1, they didn't actually use a lot of film with Giancarlo, as they didn't need to show his face much, and the stunt doubles did a lot of the filming themselves. Now, Season 2, there was a lot more of him being in the suit, and there was some conflict around that time about him wearing the helmet. And if you do want to know more about that, go check out my stream I did on it, because there is some pretty funny, interesting stuff that was behind the scenes on that. However, we do know as well that it's more likely now that they're going to be doing somewhat of what they did in that first season, as we've been told that it will have a lot of that first season vibe, especially since we don't know if Baby Yoda will be in it to start. And there's a lot of other stuff that we kind of have theorized in terms of Giancarlo, not Giancarlo, in terms of Pedro being on set for a lot of the filming for this third season. I honestly think at some point when he is done with The Last of Us, they're going to go back and do a lot more shooting, and it's likely because of that The Mandalorian Season 3 will not come out until next December, I'm guessing. That does kind of suck, as that's a whole 2 years that we've had to wait for a new Mandalorian season, but we are getting things like the Andor show, Kenobi, and Book of Boba Fett this December, so it's hard to really complain that much, as we've got a lot of content and we're getting a lot more content in the future. It goes on to say, Esposito said nothing that the title character wears a helmet, a lot leaving Pascal. Yeah, basically it leaves the option for Pedro Pascal to go back and do voice shoots, and have those, other cast members play him in the suit. Says that's the thing with Mando Season 3, just because Pedro and Esposito haven't filmed anything yet doesn't mean the stunt teams have not. There's no doubt that the main part of principal photography has not yet begun. However, as we said numerous times, the Book of Boba Fett seemed to film for a long time. Being that Book of Boba Fett acts as Mando Season 2.5, it makes total sense for them to have filmed a few shots while they had the set booked for the Book of Boba Fett. And I've been saying this. I've been on that train for a while. I actually think they did a bit of shooting as Din Djarin and Baby Yoda and Luke Skywalker have all been rumored to be in the Book of Boba Fett. So I think it's very possible that, they had Ming-Na Wen there. They had Tamora, obviously. So it's very possible they had all these characters there and they were filming for Mando Season 3. And maybe the actors didn't even know that they were filming for Mando Season 3. Ming-Na Wen has been on record saying that she thought that she was, shooting for the second season of The Mandalorian. And she found out that she was actually shooting for the Book of Boba Fett. So it's very possible, these actors don't know as much of what's going on behind the scenes. They only tell us what they think is going on. Even Giancarlo Esposito with this whole article may not know that there has been shooting going on. It goes on to say, I guess we shall find out eventually. I would not be that surprised to see Esposito had done some filming for the Book of Boba Fett. And just to be clear, I've not heard that's the case. Just pointing out that he could have, and we would not know about it. Exactly. One thing we haven't heard and we are confident about is Pedro Pascal's Din will make an appearance in the Book of Boba Fett. It seems highly unlikely that Pascal would have been required for a small role in that show. Pascal would be able to just record the dialogue at the same time he shoots his Mandalorian Season 3 parts. And that is 100% true, but I think they've probably, had his voice already, or maybe they're going to do it soon, because there is only 4 months until the Book of Boba Fett does come out. So there you have it. The Mandalorian Season 3 film soon, and Esposito is back. LRM has also heard that we spoke on the Cantina linked above that Obi-Wan Kenobi is a little further behind in production than they intended it to be. Delays for that show have been more likely resulted in some delays for the filming of Mando Season 3, so we fans will just have to be patient for now. Lucasfilm are working their butts off to get all this content ready in time, and have no fears on that front, for sure. So that was a really good article by LRM, and it makes me pretty excited and happy that they are taking their time to do this correctly, and that it does confirm, in my opinion too, that we probably have at least a bit of shooting done for Mando Season 3. And that's why there's so much controversy of whether there's been stuff going on or shooting going on. I definitely think there has been, though. Obviously, this is all speculation, as we have nothing confirmed for sure. But there has been a lot of articles about this around here, and that's been my thoughts for a long time, especially from what we've heard from our sources. What do you guys think, though? Do you think there's been filming that's been going on for Mando Season 3? Are you excited to see Giancarlo Esposito playing Moff Gideon once again? And I don't know, man. What do you think of this Pedro stuff as well? How are we feeling about all these? Ahsoka is coming in 2023, so we can see both seasons of Omega and Bad Batch, and then have her show up there too. That's a great point, Ashton. I think that is very, very possible. Matt's Lego Film says, something I noticed is that the gap between Marvel shows is so much shorter than between Star Wars shows, and it's still not fair. Dude, that's because Marvel's been doing this since 2008 with their big conjoined universe, and Star Wars started in 2012, and not really knowing what direction they were going to take Star Wars at the time. Now, at this point, we do know Star Wars is kind of going off of that Marvel mold. There is somewhat of a Filoni-verse going on, if you will, or a Mando-verse, as other fans call it. And I do think that Star Wars is going to start to pop off like that, like Marvel does. Now, Marvel is in a place where they literally have like 6 shows and like 4 movies coming out in the span of like 4 or 5 months. And they've put in the time and work to be able to do that. They've established the characters to be able to do that. And they're very far along with this great expanded story. And I think Star Wars is going to get to that place at some point. And I'm happy to see it, man. I'm very happy to see it. Marvel made like 20 billion more. Well, yeah, they also didn't divide their fandom, and there's a lot of other rules in Star Wars that they have to follow, and you can't please everybody, man. You can't please everybody unless you're Marvel. For sure, though. The last thing I did want to talk about in terms of news is Andor news. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there recently was a casting for the Andor Disney Plus series, and apparently apparently Alex Lothar has been cast in the Andor series. If you guys don't know who Alex Lothar is, he played in a show on Netflix called The End of the Fucking World, and he was pretty good in that. He was a pretty solid actor. You know, his character is a very awkward teenage kid, kind of like Anakin, that is in an awkward relationship, and a lot of crazy stuff pops off in those 2 seasons of the show. And I'm excited to see the British actor come into the Andor show. It says, with such an emphasis being put on the Mandalorian era of storytelling, the forthcoming Star Wars series Andor has largely flown under the radar. And that definitely is true. I think a lot of fans are going to be shocked by what we see in this. This article does come from the Direct as well, and the Direct does some good work. It says, announced as a prequel to the Rogue One for Disney Plus, the show will follow the escapades of spy Cassian Andor in his earlier days with the Rebellion. Diego Luna will reprise the role, and a sizzle reel was released in December, revealing that the first season will consist of 12 episodes. And that's pretty cool, because a lot of these shows lately have been like, 6 to like 8 episode kind of thing, where it's like an hour, 40 minutes maybe if you're lucky, sometimes even 30. And I'm hoping that we get 12-hour episodes for Andor, and that would be really cool for this show. It says it's been a bumpy ride for Andor's production, not much unlike that of Rogue One. After a few years of working to crack the scripts, the series production was put on hold 6 weeks, and due to the coronavirus outbreak. Filming has since resumed and should be nearing completion. But the series took another hit when showrunner Tony Gilroy dropped out as director. I didn't even know about that. Then production ramped back up. It says little is known about Andor's story, but the series promises to feature a star-studded cast. It was officially announced that Stellan Skarsgård, Denise Gow, and Kyle Soller will be brought aboard the series, and later reports revealed that Ben Mendelsohn and Forrest Whitaker will be reprising their roles as Director Krennic and Saw Gerrera respectively. Man, this show's even flown under my radar because I didn't even know about a lot of this, and that is really cool. I'm excited to see all these castings for it. I'm excited to see Forrest Whitaker playing Saw Gerrera again, and Ben Mendelsohn playing Director Krennic. I think they both do a phenomenal jobs with those characters, especially in Rogue One. They were actually 2 of my favorite characters in Rogue One. I actually haven't been a big fan of Saw Gerrera since he came into it, but I do think Forrest Whitaker does a great job of playing the character. It goes on to say the Direct can exclusively report that Alex Lothar will be playing a supporting role in Star Wars Andor. Lothar, known for his leading role in The End of the Fucking World, is the latest to join Diego Luna in the Rogue One prequel. Additional details regarding Lothar's character and prominence in the series are currently unknown. Is he a rebel asset or Imperial foe, it says. As noted, nothing about significance of Lothar's role or his allegiance has been disclosed. With Andor being an espionage series that focused on the darker elements of the rebellion, it's safe to say that the two likeliest options are either rebel ally or Imperial officer. Should Lothar be playing the former, there are a few directions things could go. The obvious possibility is that Lothar's character could be a rebel spy himself, working in tandem with Cassian as the events of the series unfold. He might be a series mainstay, or the character could be introduced and eliminating during a mission within the same episode. There's a visual evidence of Sergeant Melcy, a member of Andor's team, during the Battle of Scarif, being a participant of the series, and Lothar may be a member of a squad. Another interesting scenario would be Lothar playing a rebel informant, similar to Tivik from Rogue One. If Andor goes this direction, there's room for Lothar's character to provide intel critical to Cassian's journey, or potentially even a double-cross scenario that ends in a shootout with the Empire. He may even meet the same fate as Tivik, an unceremonious execution that further hardens the titular character, that shows he's done terrible things on behalf of the rebellion. There's always a chance that Lothar's character could be a clear enemy to Cassian's from the outset, loyally serving the Empire. This role could be as simple as Lothar's Imperial being stationed at a base that gets attacked by Cassian and any other rebels who are part of the mission. Now again, I do like that they cast these lesser known actors and actresses. I think it's really cool to give them the spotlight in Star Wars. I think Lothar could do a great job as an Imperial officer, in my opinion, as many of them are somewhat British or have that like British accent in a way. I think he would do a great job as like an awkward Imperial officer or rebel spy, as they are predicting. It says, on a more intriguing note, he could be an underlying or notable higher up, such as an informant of director Krennic, serving as a prequel to Rogue One. This series will undoubtedly have major connections to the first spin-off Star Wars film, potentially even leading right up to it. Right up to Cassian's introduction. Should that be the case, Andor being Cassian spying on the Imperial Science Division would make a great deal of sense, and Krennic and Lothar's characters would fit seamlessly with the plot line. There's quite a bit of time until more is revealed, but Lothar's character has the potential to be a very interesting addition to the show's cast. Will he be a series mainstay, or will his time on screen be limited? And I guess that is the question at this point. Do you think we will get a lot of Lothar in the show? And have you guys seen him in other projects such as The End of the Fucking World and other things? Because I do think he's not a bad actor. I think it is a interesting cast choice. When I heard about it, I was like, wow, it's kind of interesting. And I had seen The End of the Fucking World before, so I definitely know about the actor, and I know his work. He is a pretty solid actor, and I think it would be cool to see him as either one of these roles, to be honest. Would you rather see him as an Imperial or a rebel spy? Because that's what I'm wondering at this point too. I think I would personally rather see him as an Imperial, but if he is part of like a squad that Cassian is a part of, I think it could be an awesome way to introduce that new character. And I'd be interested to see how he fits into the rebellion, or what, if he is serving Krennic, or working with Krennic if he is an Imperial officer. I'd rather see him working with Krennic. I think that is a cool thought. He looks like someone who's gonna die though. So in the End of the effing world, he definitely is that kind of character and actor to be like scrawnier, or just look like he's gonna die. So I get you, and maybe he is an Imperial officer that will die, or a rebel informant that will get killed in the process. Getting hyped for this finale, says Ari Kalish. Me too. The Kiner brothers keep teasing us with their tweets, but I'm excited to see it. I cannot wait for this finale this Friday for the Bad Batch season 1. Episode 16 will be dropping around 12 o'clock Friday morning, at least Pacific Standard Time, and we will be doing a watch party at 11:45 Pacific Standard Time Thursday night leading into the show. and then we're going to be doing a discussion afterwards. So come on by for that if you are interested in watching along with us. Matt's Lego Film says, I've never seen that show, but I've heard of it. It's pretty good. My girlfriend got me into it. It's not bad. It's definitely a little weird, but it's fun. It's a fun show. Yeah, he's a fun actor, so I'd be interested to see, what kind of role he does end up playing. Of all of this news, though, I definitely am excited the most about the Sabine stuff. I think it's cool that we're getting more Andor stuff. I still think it's flying under the radar, even for myself at this point. And although the Mando season 3 stuff wasn't a lot, it does confirm to me that we are getting a lot more, or we are getting that show next year probably. It's probably not coming out till December. They're probably gonna do a lot of shooting without Pedro Pascal, which to me, that's perfectly fine. I think he does a great job with the voice, and we will see some scenes with him without the helmet when he does end up shooting for it. But I think they will get most of the shooting done with the stunt doubles, and I think it's going to be perfectly fine, and I'm not too worried about Pedro's place in the Mandoverse at this point. I'm just kind of wondering, what's the purpose of Andor? I'm sure it's going to be dope, though. Tim, me too, because the purpose of Rogue One was really to show how the rebellion got the Death Star plans. So I'm curious as well, what Andor will really focus on. If it's going to focus on the early establishment of the rebellion, the awful things that Cassian ended up having to do in the name of the rebellion. I'm interested as well. I don't really know how it's going to fit into the Star Wars universe. There's been, some quiet whispers and rumors that George Lucas himself is writing, or at least working on, some aspect of the Andor show. I don't know how legitimate that is, but I have heard it from different sources and different people. So I'm hoping it's true, and I'd be really interested to see what George Lucas had a hand in with this show, and why he would want to come to the Andor show of all the shows that are coming out. Maybe he thinks Dave Filoni is, Star Wars is in good hands with Dave Filoni, and he wants to put his own spin on Andor, a character he didn't create. But I'd be interested to see, what's up with that show as well. We haven't got a lot of stuff about it yet. Matt's Lego Film says, I would stop by for a watch party, but I'm not Josh, and I don't stay up all night. Matt's Lego Film, it's all good. If you want to watch on the replay and get my 2 cents on what I thought about the first season, or just hear about my thoughts of the finale, then come on by for at least the second half on rewatch. It would mean a lot to me. Speaking of meaning a lot to me, if you guys would smash the like button for me and subscribe if you are enjoying this content, it would help the channel a lot, and I would greatly appreciate it. You guys are really the reason that Vader's Lair is able to keep going like this, and that I'm excited and happy about being able to put out YouTube streams and videos almost every day. And my hope is to one day to be able to consistently put out this content for you guys. So thank you guys for stopping by and smashing the like button and subscribing and supporting Vader's Lair. The Glory of Man says, even if it's really good, I'm just wondering what gap it's going to fill that makes us go, wow. Yeah, dude, I feel like part of me thought about that with Rogue One, and I'm sure they're going to use, established characters in the series to, have that Darth Vader hallway scene kind of thing. And maybe that's just fan service, but as a fan, I like to be serviced, man. I hope that we do get some crazy stuff in this show. I hope that they go all out with the fan service in Andor. Luis Escalante says, my man Diego Luna, I expect Andor to be a dark spy narco galactic style. He's good with those characters. Heck yeah, dude. That would be awesome. That would be awesome to see. Tim says, if you go to IMDb, George has writing credits on Mando too, because everything is based off his stuff. I think it's the same thing with Andor. I don't think he's really involved. Tim, I totally agree with you. I thought that as well at first. And then months later, I had heard from inside sources and different people that it is possible he is working on it. Who knows, though? Who really knows? I am still kind of in the boat with same boat as you though, Tim. I do think that is most likely the case, that he's just getting credit for it as the creator of Star Wars. But I'd be interested to see if he actually did work on it. I think it would be cool. We did see him on the set of The Mandalorian as well, and it's very possible he gave Dave and maybe even Jon Favreau some tidbits or his thoughts on the characters, because he can do that. Those are good Dave is a good friend of his, and it's possible Dave was like, hey George, what do you think of this? And George is like, well Dave, Star Wars is this and that, and if you make a baby Yoda, you just need to make him mysterious, and that's it. And Dave's like, alright man, alright, I'll do that. I'd be interested to see if George Lucas has had any type of hand in these things. When he sold the company off, it really seemed like Bob Iger was like, no, we just paid $4 million, like we're gonna be fine, get away from us. And then Star Wars kind of fell apart. The fandom was split in half, and then George Lucas is like, whoa, you're killing my baby. Not really though. That's just me being funny. Glory of Man says, like if Andor was a Jedi who cut himself off from the Force and went spy street level rebel. Either way, I just want Jedi. I love Star Wars for all of it, but my core is I just love Jedi. Glory of Man, there are a lot of fans like that. My good buddy Justin is Lost, from Justin is Lost YouTube channel, is quite like that himself. He just doesn't feel like without Force users or Jedi characters that Star Wars is the same. And in a way, I totally understand that aspect, as stories that don't generally have Jedi characters, like the Battlefront 2 campaign barely has Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren in it, but other than that, it's about defectees from the Empire who joined the rebellion. And a lot of people didn't enjoy that as much. It was a good story in my opinion, but I totally understand the aspect of needing those Force users. Like my favorite and the best scene, I think, in most people's opinion, of Rogue One is the scene with Darth Vader, or the scenes with Darth Vader. So I do feel like Force users and characters like that can carry Star Wars. But I think Book of Boba Fett might not have a lot of Force users itself. Mandalorian, outside of Baby Yoda, there's not a lot of Force users or Jedi. We do have, of course, Luke Skywalker, and that is, of course, probably the best scene in all of The Mandalorian. So yeah, I totally understand that Force users are really the building block of Star Wars, and I do agree in some aspect that they are somewhat needed. And I hope they do add more Force users and characters like that. I do think Andor deserves a character like that in it. So I agree with you. I do think that like Mandalorian type characters and different people can carry their own shows, and that you don't need as much Force users. But I do think the Force is a very integral part of Star Wars, and what makes it what it is. Lightsabers are a very integral part of Star Wars. So I do understand the sentiment. I totally agree. George comes back to save us all, says Proxy. Oh yes. How you doing, Proxy? The Glory of Man says, that said, I'll watch anything even without, and Rogue One was insane even without the crazy Vader scene. Exactly, dude. Exactly. And that's the whole thing, is like, at the end of the day, us Star Wars simps and us Star Wars fans are gonna watch the Star Wars content and soak it up. Resistance didn't have any Force characters that I know of, and it was lacking for sure too. So, good point, man. Good point. Matt's Lego Film says, Lego Halloween special should be better than Mandalorian Season 2. Heard the rumors. Oh no. Oh no, my guy. That's a pretty high bar to set. That's pretty good one, Matt's Lego Film. I'll definitely be doing some type of watch party, or some type of review for it. It's cool to see that we're getting a Lego movie, even if it's just a Halloween special or whatever. It's dope, man. It is dope. I'm still hoping that we get that freaking game eventually, but maybe it'll never come out. For sure. Oh, I'm surprised that you guys who you guys picked earlier for the casting of Sabine. I was thinking, just based on what I've seen on Twitter, that Tati or the other actresses would be what you guys chose. Like Jamie Chung was definitely a little bit of a surprise to me. I'd seen a little bit of hype for Jamie Chung, but I hadn't seen a lot. I definitely think she definitely would fit very well as well. Yeah, she hasn't been in a lot of like big stuff either, other than like, you know, voicing Big Hero 6 and doing some other stuff. But I do think it's dope that, like I said, these lesser known actresses and actors are getting awesome roles. And I hope Jamie Chung is looked at. You know, if almost half of you guys chose her, I'm very excited to see, you know, who they actually end up picking for Sabine. I freaking love the Sabine character. I've been waiting since 2019, and it's been a rough 2 years, says Matt's Lego Foam. Are you talking about for the game or for, it's almost 3 years at this point. It's probably going to be 3 years the way they're going. But yeah, it's been a while since we had any, well, I guess the Lego Holiday Special was the last, like, Lego thing we got, Star Wars, right? So they're going to keep doing these holiday specials for Lego Star Wars. That's kind of interesting. And we had the Christmas Star Wars special. Now we're getting a Halloween one. What's next? Easter? Gonna have Padme rising from the dead? Just playing. I'm just playing. Love the Sabine character too. She's mad underrated. Her story is so good. She is, dude. I thought she was one of the best developed characters in all of Rebels, in my opinion. I thought her and Ezra were perfect, like, you know, pair of characters to kind of, the way they did it was like Hera and I'm blanking right now. Jeez. Hera and Kanan were kind of like the mother and father, or like the leaders of the group at the start of the story. And as Kanan goes blind and Hera has issues with her father in season 3, I believe, unless that was season 2. You know, there's different aspects. Like Hera was always like the backbone of the group, but it really does seem like season 3 and season 4 in particular, like Ezra and Sabine take that like leadership role and like kind of lead the way for the group. And of course we know how the show ends, and that Sabine is now with Ahsoka, and I am so happy that we know she is going to be in the Ahsoka show now for sure. I was hoping we would see her in Mando season 2, and when we didn't, I was like, alright, well, Mando season 3 or Ahsoka, we definitely need some Sabine, right? Palpatine rising from the dead. Get it right, Chief. You right, somehow. Palpatine has returned. that would make sense too. I think in the maybe they'll do that for the Halloween special, since it looks kind of like a character is coming out of the grave, right? It's pretty funny, Smalls. How would you guys feel tonight about doing a rewatch of episode 15 of the Bad Batch? What do you guys think? Before we get out of here, we could hop into another stream and do a rewatch of that tonight, or we could do it tomorrow night before we watch episode 16. What would you guys rather do? Might go get on my editing after this if we don't end up doing a stream. I might edit up a video. What do you guys think? Do you want to do a rewatch of episode 15 of the Bad Batch tonight, do a watch party for it, or before the episode tomorrow night? What are we thinking? What if watch party, says Matt's like, I'm trying to keep the channel mainly to Star Wars content, just because that will serve the algorithm better. But at some, you know, maybe if I do want to do Marvel content, maybe I will make a separate channel. I've been having thoughts of maybe doing a sports channel or some type of fantasy football channel or something. Time for a poll, says Tim. All right, we'll see right now then. We'll set up a poll. We will will set up a poll right quick. Hold on. All right, let's set that poll up. My bad yet. Let's see. Watch party for Bad Batch episode 15 tonight or tomorrow. Tonight or tomorrow. What do you guys think? Do you want to do one tonight or tomorrow? Or do you not want to do one at all? What's up, Rello 2 times? Good to see you here. You can still show up on different channels to talk Marvel. Exactly, Tim. And that's my other thing. You know, last night I showed up on Kendall from Normies to Nerd stream to talk some Marvel and get into What If with him. I go on Green Bear's channel, which is called The Fourth Wall Break. I love that name. I go on his channel sometimes to talk some Marvel and Star Wars. You know, I've gone on a couple of channels to talk some Marvel, so that's the fun thing that I can do it there. I show up to the Den of Nerds watch parties, so if you guys ever want to talk to me or get my thoughts on it, you can hit me up there, or you can even join our Discord and have a chance of winning one of the Bad Batch Funkos while you hit me up asking me what I thought of the What If show. Because honestly, I thought that first episode was a banger. I would love to watch it again with you guys, but maybe we'll do that in the Discord or something. Tonight, 67% say tonight, 33% say tomorrow. Alright, and there's only 6 votes right now. Put your votes in. Would you rather do a watch party for the 15th episode of The Bad Batch tonight or tomorrow night before the 16th and final episode of the season? What a transition. You know me, Tim. You know me. Still getting votes in. 6 votes. Nobody's watching anymore. Is that what happened? I'm just playing. What else do we got? Oof, 56 to 44 is the vote right now. We're getting close. We're getting close. Everybody's putting their votes in now. 8 votes finally. Come on, there's another 8 of you in here. Do you guys just not want to watch it? It was such a good episode, man. I'm actually super excited to watch it back on play with you guys. I friggin' loved that episode. You know, it sucks to me because I feel like 2 of the biggest episodes that we've had, I haven't been able to do a watch party for it. You know, or at least my watch party didn't work. When the Cad Bane episode happened and that reveal happened, my friggin' live did not work. So there was no reaction to me reacting to Cad Bane, and then there was no reaction for me, you know, reacting to the end of Camino or the end of Chipotle City as people call it. What up, Smith Family TV? He says, just got home, and of course I was waiting all day for you to go, and you're on when I'm heading home. My bad, Smith Family TV. You know how life be. Well, maybe I'll do one in the morning tomorrow before my results get back, you know. I do too. You ditched us for Rona party instead. You're pretty funny, Smalls. That was pretty funny. I mean, tomorrow would make it more of an event, but I do want to watch it right now. Dang, alright, the votes went over. Now there's 12 votes, and 58% of people say tomorrow. Alright. Hello there. Yes. Hello there. 366 subs. Fire. Yeah, we could do another stream after this anyway, because, you know, I don't know what else we'd maybe talk about, but we could do a preview for tomorrow's episode. We kind of touched on it yesterday. I mean, there's not even a lot to go off of for tomorrow's episode. Like, I think, you know, the Bad Batch will likely escape in the tubes that Omega was showing them. It's likely that maybe one of the two other cities that are, you know, we don't have established in canon, but we're in Legends content, they could potentially go to those. I'm excited to see if we get Rex in it, Gregor again, maybe Sid. I wonder if they'll go back to Ord Mantell. I'm curious what is going to end up happening with Crosshair. I'm curious what the Kiner brothers are teasing is going to be so sad in this final episode. We could watch Mortis today and Bad Batch tomorrow. I'm with it, Tim. I'm with it. If you guys want to watch parts 2 and 3 of the Mortis arc tonight, I'm down with it. Mando and Casca greater. Casca Reeves, is that what you said? Bruh. Yeah, look, Casca Reeves is dope, and I like that she was like the WWE actress and everything, but like the way she disrespected my boy Boba, I was like, Casca, you ain't. That ain't it. Tim says, or we could watch the first episode together again. I don't know what we can do. A lot of things. Yeah, dude, there's always stuff to do. Always stuff to do. Boba and Bo-Katan. Is that what you meant? Oh, true. Let's watch the first episode of Bad Batch again. I'm down. We could do that. It was an hour and 15 minutes. %62% to say tomorrow on 13 votes. We're going to end the poll. I think everybody's talking about tomorrow. Cap'n Jack, how's it going, my dude? He says, I'm really excited to see if they reveal Wrecker and Omega relationship. What? What did he say? Alright, 61% say tomorrow. So we will do a Bad Batch episode 15 rewatch tomorrow, leading into the Bad Batch episode 16 finale watch party. So that is what we're going to be doing. Cap'n Jack, I don't know what you're talking about. You tripping a little bit. You know what's funny? No, don't ban him. You know what's really funny? There have been a lot of people on Twitter recently. Don't ban. There have been a lot of people on Twitter talking about a relationship between Sid and Gregor, and I think it's just the most absurd, ridiculous, funny thing I've ever heard. You know, I love when people go crazy with these ships. You know, even with Kylo Ren and Rey, like, you know, the Reylo ship was going on, and I was like, I don't know about that. But Gregor and Sid is like, that's jokes, man. That is straight jokes. You know, Sid is even like, you know, she doesn't like when they bring clones around. Like, she sees Rex and she's like, another clone. Now they're bringing Gregor, and she's like, jeez, biz cripes, what is going on here? What you been smoking? Exactly, Matt's like, oh. Sid and Gregor, yes, I swear, you know, being part of the positive side of Star Wars Twitter is friggin' amazing. Oh my god. Smalls called it Omecker. Would Sid and Gregor be Sigor? Oh, Sigor? I usually get banned, says Cap'n Jack. Nah, you won't get banned here. This is a welcoming place. Something I've been trying to establish Vader's Lair as is a welcoming place for all Star Wars fans, and, you know, a respectful place. Like, regardless of what your opinion is on certain aspects of Star Wars, whatever movie is your favorite, this is a respectful place. Like, we will joke around sometimes about my opinions on it, because that's just how Star Wars is. You know, everybody has their own opinion. But this is a very respectful and safe place for Star Wars fans. You're allowed to have your Omega and Wrecker ship. Sid and Echo, they're both monsters. No! Sicko? Alright, I'll hop on the Sicko ship. You sicko. That was pretty good, Ashton. Brian Stone says, just hopping in to say what's up. Have an awesome night. You too, Brian. Have a good night. Omega is older than all of them, says the Gloria Man. She is. She is definitely older than all of them. I don't think the rest of them are Gen 1 clones. And we know for sure that Omega was probably one of the last of the first gen. Look up Rothgar Dang and Rise of Skywalker. Rothgar Dang? Oh God, what am I searching up here? Rothgar Dang. Oh, that didn't work. Rothgar Dang. Oh, jeez. Whoa. Rothgar Dang, possibly operating under the alias, was a Corellian bounty hunter who, by the time of the war between the First Order and the Resistance, was old and experienced. In an attempt to live and work forever, Dang subjected himself to cybernetic replacements. Do you think he's Dengar? He kind of looks like Dengar. Ugh. Rothgar Dang is probably what a child between Omega and Wrecker would look like. Here, let me pull this up so you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about here. Ah, it didn't work. What the heck? Alright, hold on. I don't like when this happens. Black screen, not again. It's not working. Nah. Alright, whatever. Go ahead and look up Rothgar Dang, though. That's probably what Omega and Wrecker's kid would look like. Attachments. No, yeah, that's really what I need, right? Just get an attachment here. Hold on. Jeez. You guys are making me work during this. Just playing. Let me add it. I'll try and add it real quick. My bad. New. H3. Okay. Rothgar Dang. Where are you at? R. Dang it. There's S. Too far. Rothgar Dang. Here we go. Put it behind the camera, wherever that is. Oh, what the heck? Oh gosh. Alright, well this is gonna be funny. There we go. My bad. Right there. That one is Rothgar. That looks like Omega and Wrecker's kid. And then here's the comparison to Dengar. That's why I said he kind of looks like Dengar a little bit. I don't know about all that. But yeah, that's what Rothgar Dang looks like. There you go. I just haunted your guys' nightmares. Alright, we're going to do one more poll before we get out of here. Longtime girlfriend is an attachment. Children is mine. You starting Vader's Lair Fantasy League? Ari Kalish, I do have one already that was for the Den of Nerds. But I'm such a freaking fantasy football aholic and sports nerd that I'm down to make a fantasy league for the Lair as well. I'm down for it. We can make our draft sometime in early September, right before the season starts. I'm down. We could do a 12-man league unless you guys want to do a 10. Always getting me off topic with the sports. It's a good way to get Shiva going crazy. All right, tonight, should we watch the Mortis arc or episode 1 of Bad Batch? Whoops. Mortis or Bad Batch? Let me know. Do you guys want to watch the first episode of the Bad Batch or watch parts 2 and 3 of the Mortis arc? Poll is up. Dengar, let's go football. Heck yeah. Favorite NFL team is the Panthers. We talked about that last night. Dolphins, says Ari Callis. Yeah, Ari, you're from Florida, right? Mortis Arc, 67% of the vote already. He looks like a weird fish. Oh, he looks like that weird fish. But he's melting. Well, Dengar would be extremely old by the sequel trilogy. I still think it's probably the offspring of Omega and Wrecker. Now that Cap and Jack, came in here. Talking about Omeker or Romega. I actually think we should save Mortis. Huh. Alright, Tim. Whatever you guys are into doing tonight, I don't mind either way. I do not mind either way. First episode of the Bad Batch or the Mortis arc. Right now we have 44% of the vote for the Bad Batch, I think. And we have about 56% for the Mortis arc. I want to watch the first episode of the Bad Batch again, says Ashton. Best Dengar is the Lego in the Lego Star Wars. True that. I used to love Dengar as a Lego minifigure. I'm from PA, but it's Pats for me, says Matt's Lego phone. No, I'm just playing. I used to be a Patriots fan when I was little, and then Tom Brady went, 18-1. And I was like, why am I a Patriots fan? They win every game except the most important one. And then Tom Brady cheated. And then the Patriots cheated numerous times. I'm just playing. That's my feelings on the Patriots. I'm not a big fan of Tom Brady anymore. Not a big fan of that guy. There's some things that he does that's cool. I think he is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I'm not a big fan of him. Kids love him. And the diaper on his head. Yeah, dude, that's so funny. Dengar does have kind of a diaper mummy effect going on there. It's so funny too, because speaking of Lego figures of Dengar and whatnot, the minifigure or character for what's his name? Toilet Head. That's what we call him. That's why it made me think of that. Gosh dang it, the big-headed Jedi. What's his name? I'm blanking. No. Ki-Adi-Mundi. That's so funny. I typed in big head Jedi on Yahoo and Ki-Adi-Mundi finally. So yeah, Ki-Adi-Mundi, his Lego figure, has this really big head and it's like hairs coming off of it, and it almost looks like a roll of toilet paper, like pulling off his head the way that Lego did it. So one of the things my brother and I used to do when we would play Lego Star Wars as kids, we would call Ki-Adi-Mundi Toilet Head. Ki-Adi, yes, exactly. It's fun to watch and grab I mean, it's just fun stuff. Yeah. Actually has 2 brain, that's why his head's so big. Makes sense, Ashton. Interesting. That's why he's worried about the droid attack on the Wookiees, because he's got 2 brains. He's a smart guy. 2 brains, and homie is still worried about the Wookiees. Exactly. It makes you more compassionate. Yeah, I feel like if he had 2 hearts, it would make more sense. But 2 brains with that big old head does make sense too. There was this theory going on for a while that Ki-Adi-Mundi was working with Sidious. I thought it was a really cool theory, but it didn't really pan together. It was just a fun fan theory, You don't like sports, Tim? Tim's German, so he probably doesn't know much about American sports, unfortunately. 50-50 at the poll right now. Dang! It's a tight one. 54% to Mortis. Move it upside down, football head. Move it upside down. Yeah, that's funny. Ki-Adi-Mundi is an upside down football head. Yeah, that it's funny too. Stewie from Family Guy has like a football head. Tim doesn't know what sports are. Expose, says Tim. Expose him. 50-50. All right. Well, I'm ending this poll. Vader's Lair gets the last word, and I'm down to do a Bad Batch episode 1 watch party rewatch tonight if you guys are. That's what Sheev's choice is. 14 votes, 50-50. Sheev is the deciding vote, and I say we're watching Bad Batch episode 1. So get ready. I will see you guys in about 10 to 15 minutes. I gotta go create that thumbnail. Gotta put in some different things to help the algorithm get out there. Before we head out, I do want to remind you guys we are doing a Funko Pop giveaway at 500 subscribers, and if you want a chance to win one of those 5 Bad Batch Funko Pops, go ahead and join the Discord in the link in the description below, or in the link in the chat that Tim had posted and I pinned to the chat. If you do want to join the Discord to have a chance of doing that, go ahead and find those links and join up, and you will have a chance of winning one of those 5 Bad Batch Funkos. Also, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and smash the like button for me. It really helps the channel, and I would really appreciate it if you guys did. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this content and want to see more awesome Star Wars content just like it. We're going to be doing a lot of news going forward, a lot of hype leading into the Book of Boba Fett in December. I can't wait until Star Wars Visions comes out. I can't wait for the Andor show, Kenobi, Mando Season 3, Ahsoka. There is so much awesome Star Wars content coming out. So go ahead and subscribe to join us on the ride of this golden age of Star Wars coming up. Excuse me. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you had a great time hanging with me tonight. I hope to see all of you in the Bad Batch Episode 1 rewatch in about 20 minutes or so. We're going to get that going, and thank you guys for coming by. I hope the Force is with you always, and may the rest of your week be incredible. Have a good one, guys. Let's go Bad Batch rewatch. See you guys there soon. The mods are taking over. Ashton out here saying, Tim, let's ban Sheev on his own channel. It's treason then. I will see you in the Bad Batch watch party. You wildin' out here, Ashton. Wildin'.